There are a few things that feel worse than a blank screen, and the longer it takes for him to text you back, the worse it feels. Why is he leaving you on read? The answer may not be as bad as you think. Hey there, if this is your first time on my channel. I'm Amy North. I'm a relationship expert from Vancouver, and I'm here to provide women's dating advice that's easy to understand and apply in any situation. Please subscribe to my channel for new tips every week. This video is for you whether you're talking to a new guy or you're in a committed relationship or anywhere in between. It's tempting to think that guys are jerks, they're playing games, or they just don't plain like you if they don't respond to your texts. But there are plenty of other explanations why a guy might not be texting you back, and they're not nearly as bad as what's going on in your head. First off, he could be busy. This one is easy to overlook. He was replying in seconds, and then he suddenly drops off the face of the earth for a whole day. The most common answer here is not that he suddenly hates you, but that something came up and he can't reply. It happens to the best of us. Life can be hectic, and texting is one of the first things dropped when other things come up, even if we like the person we're texting quite a bit. So cut him some slack and don't sweat it too much. You'd want him to do the same if you didn't respond, right? Another option is that he doesn't know what to say. Look at your last message. Did you ask a question that requires a long answer? Is there any chance it was unclear or something he might not want to talk about? Just like in conversation, some things aren't easy to discuss over text, so he may not know how to answer you and is opting to just ignore you instead. If this is the case, give it a rest for now and wait for him to approach you again. You don't want to push it. If texting isn't your thing and you keep running into these kinds of misunderstandings, you need to up your texting game. Check out coachnorth.com/texting. I've put together a brand new guide on how to text the right way to get and keep the guy you want. I've included dozens of texts for different scenarios that will have him checking his phone, waiting for your next message. Again, that's coachnorth.com/texting. The conversation was over. Did the conversation come to a natural close? Look at the last message he sent. Did it wrap up? You're not always going to get the goodbye you would with a phone conversation to let you know that this ran its course. That's why paying attention to the tone of his message is so important. If you were having a back and forth and his latest answer was short or didn't require much of a reply, then just leave it for now. He's not interested. This is the one you're worried about, but it's not as common as you may think. If he's not interested, he's hoping you'll get the message if he just doesn't reply. In this case, you'll certainly notice telltale signs. Do his answers to you get shorter and further apart before stopping entirely? Does it seem like he's just being polite? Is he not answering half of your questions? Look at the tone of his message compared to yours. If you're sending emojis and getting back the kind of text that you'd send to your parents, then this is a bad sign. You're over-texting. This is the most common way to get a guy to stop texting you. He's interested and likes talking to you, but you won't let a conversation go and you're always texting him all hours of the day and night. It's not your fault. Texting etiquette can be subtle, and the fact that it makes us always available makes it hard to know when to stop. Try taking a step back and letting him make the first move. If he's into you, he's going to reach out. So, how can you get him to text you back? For most of these scenarios, my advice is really just to give it a rest for a bit. Texting 24/7 isn't the answer. Give it a couple days, and the next time you speak to one another will be even more special. If your relationship is serious and he keeps disappearing from text without a trace, then you should probably sit down and have a talk about what you expected of his communication. Be calm, neither of you are in the wrong, but it is important that he knows your feelings so the two of you can work out a compromise and figure out the role texting will play in your relationship. Thanks for watching YouTube. Now, how often do you text your boyfriend, if you have one? Take the poll at the top of the screen here now. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon.